Good morning, dear one. There is a reason you keep returning to this practice, a reason you found this teaching and found it again and keep coming back. It is because something in you already knows. It knows that what you desire is not actually far away. It knows that the distance you feel between where you are and where you want to be is not a physical distance. It is not a distance of time or effort or luck. It is a distance of consciousness. And consciousness can be moved in an instant. Neville Goddard taught one principle more persistently than any other in his 40 years of teaching. He returned to it in every lecture, every book, every private conversation he ever had about the law. And that principle was this: stop living in the middle of the journey. Step all the way into the end of it. He called it living in the end. And it is the simplest, most direct, most powerful practice the law of assumption offers. Most of us have been doing the opposite our entire lives. We look at what we want and we think about how to get there. We plan, we work, we wait. And every day we spend living in that in-between space, that gap between wanting and having. We are confirming the wanting, we are assuming the absence. And the law, which is completely impersonal, responds to the assumption. You get more of what you are living in. Living in the end reverses this entirely. Instead of looking at your desire from the outside, instead of approaching it, you step inside it. You occupy the feeling of it as already real. You inhabit the consciousness of the person for whom that desire is not coming. It has already arrived. Not someday, not almost. Now, I want to tell you about something that happened to a woman named Sarah. Sarah was 44 years old, a teacher. She had wanted a specific thing for 11 years. I won't say what it was, because what matters is not the content of the desire, but what she was doing with it. For 11 years, she had been affirming it, visualizing it, journaling about it, asking for it. And for 11 years, it had not appeared. When she finally understood, living in the end, really understood it, in her body, not just her mind, she described the shift this way. I stopped standing at the door knocking. I walked through it and sat down. Within 5 months, the thing she had been seeking for 11 years arrived, not because she had worked harder, because she had finally stopped living outside the door and started living on the other side of it. That is what we are doing this morning. We are walking through the door together. Now, there is a specific dimension to this that Sarah discovered along the way, something about living in the end that almost nobody talks about. I'll share it with you before we close. First, let us settle in. Find a comfortable position. Let your body be still, or let it move gently if it needs to. Whether you are sitting quietly, lying in bed with the morning still soft around you, or moving through the beginning of your day, this moment is yours. Nothing competes with it right now. Nothing is more important. Place one hand on your chest. Feel your heart beneath your palm. Steady, faithful, always present, never demanding anything of you. Now take a gentle breath together. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it softly and release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your shoulders drop. Before we go deeper, I want you to bring your desire to mind, the specific thing you have been wanting, the version of your life you have been moving toward or wishing toward or hoping toward. Hold it gently. Don't strain for it. Just let it be present. Now, here is the first shift of this practice. Instead of looking at it from where you are standing, I want you to imagine stepping forward. Just one step toward it, not to grasp it, not to reach for it, simply to get closer to the feeling of it. We are going to go all the way together. We are going to walk through the 5 rooms of the wish fulfilled, and when you leave this practice this morning, you will not leave as someone who is hoping for their desire. You will leave as someone who has felt it real, which means the law has already received it. Let's begin. Before we go into the rooms, I want to give you the understanding that makes this practice actually work. Because living in the end is not just a visualization technique. It is a shift in the fundamental position from which you are living. Neville made a distinction that changed everything for me when I first encountered it. He said, there are two positions from which you can relate to your desire. You can relate to it as something you want, or you can relate to it as something you have. These are not just different words. They are different states of consciousness, and they produce completely different results. When you want something, even when you want it with great intensity, even when you think about it constantly, you are confirming with every thought that it is not yet yours. You are living in the state of wanting, and the law, which organizes outer circumstances to match inner states, gives you more to want. It is not punishing you. It is simply responding accurately to what you are radiating. Now, here is what changes everything. Wanting and having are not different amounts of the same thing. They are different states entirely. And you can move from one to the other, not by acquiring anything, not by waiting for anything, but by choosing deliberately and persistently to occupy the state of having. This is what living in the end means. Not imagining the journey toward your desire, not visualizing getting closer, imagining yourself already there, already inside it, already the person for whom that desire is simply your life. Neville wrote, "You must become in imagination what you want to be in fact. Not work toward it, not move toward it, become it. In imagination." Now, the imagination is not a lesser version of reality. Neville was very clear about this. Imagination is the cause. The outer world is the effect. Your imagined state held firmly, felt fully, persisted in, becomes the blueprint that outer circumstances are compelled to match. This is not spiritual philosophy, it is a law, as reliable as the laws that govern the physical world. Now you might be wondering, if it is this simple, why doesn't everyone experience this? Why do so many people affirm and visualize and still not see results? The answer is the position. They are doing it from outside the door. They are imagining themselves getting the thing, not having it. They are feeling the relief of receiving, not the settledness of already possessing. There is a very subtle but very significant difference. The feeling of receiving implies it was not yours before. The feeling of already having it implies it has simply always been yours. That is the target feeling, not the moment of getting, the ordinary Tuesday of having. Sarah didn't imagine the moment the door opened. She imagined herself sitting in the room on the other side calmly, normally, at home. That is the state the law responds to. Marcus, the software engineer from our last session, when he understood this, he stopped imagining the phone call where he received the good news. He imagined sitting at his desk on a normal morning, doing his work, from inside the life he desired, unremarkable, settled. Simply his life. The bridge of incidents formed around that. This is what we are going to practice right now. We are going to walk through 5 rooms, 5 aspects of your desire already fulfilled, and in each room, I am going to ask you not to picture it, but to feel it. To feel the specific quality of being there, not arriving there. Ready? Let us walk through the first room. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Let your body be completely still. Let your breath be easy and natural. Bring your desire back to mind. Hold it gently, and now take one slow step forward with me. We are going through the door. We are stepping inside. The first thing I want you to notice now that you are on the other side is how your body feels. Not in anticipation, not with excitement. The body of someone who simply has this. The ordinary body of a person living their desired life. How does your chest feel? Does it sit differently, a little looser, a little less held? How do your shoulders sit? When you have what you have been carrying the weight of wanting, do your shoulders drop a little? What is the quality of your breath? Slower, perhaps? Deeper? Without the subtle tension of longing, just feel your body from inside this life. Don't describe it to yourself, don't think about it, simply inhabit it. Let the physical ease of having be present in your actual body right now. Stay here for a moment. This is room 1. Your body already at home in this life. Now I want you to feel a morning in this life. Not a special morning, an ordinary one. You have woken up, as you always do in this life. The life where the thing you desired is simply your reality. What is around you in this morning? Not in vivid detail, just the quality of it. The light, perhaps. The feeling of the day beginning without the weight of wanting. What does it feel like to begin a day in this life? Not the first day of having it that is long past. This is simply a Tuesday, a Wednesday, an unremarkable morning in the life you now live. Feel the settledness of it, the normalcy, the quiet fact of it. Stay here. In your desired life, there is a conversation that could happen. A moment where someone who knows you says something to you that reflects your life as it is now. It might be simple, a comment, an observation, a casual remark that lands as confirmation. What would they say? Not in a moment of grand announcement, just in an ordinary exchange. The kind of comment that happens between people who share a life, or a friendship, or a working relationship. Hear it, not loudly. Just feel the ordinary truth of it landing, and feel yourself respond from inside this life. The response of someone for whom this is simply real, not amazed, not relieved, just present, calm, at home. Now move to the end of a day in this life. You're settling in for the night. The day is done. The life you were living, the life where your desire is real, has been your day. What is the quality of this settling? Is there a particular kind of ease that belongs to going to sleep in this life? Not a dramatic ease, the quiet, domestic ease of someone who is simply living what they desired. Whatever that feeling is, let it be in your body now. Let it settle into your chest, into your breath. This is the feeling Neville asked us to fall asleep with, not the excitement of having just received. The ordinary peace of a person living their life. Stay in this room for a moment. The 5th room is not a scene. It is simply a knowing, a quiet, unremarkable background certainty that this is your life. Not a triumphant certainty, not a declaration, just the way you know anything that is simply true about you, the way you know your own name, the way you know the town you live in, without effort, without proof, simply as fact. Let that knowing be present right now. This is my life. This is simply real for me. I am not wanting this. I am living this. Let it settle beneath thought, beneath the need to analyze or confirm, simply as knowing. Stay here as long as you need. When you are ready, let those 5 rooms remain with you, not as a memory of a visualization, but as a felt experience your consciousness has now inhabited. The law received that. Before we close, I want to share the thing Sarah discovered, the dimension of living in the end that almost nobody talks about. When Sarah began practicing this consistently, walking into the 5 rooms every morning for 60 seconds, she noticed something unexpected. The outer changes did not come in the way she had imagined. She had been imagining a specific path, a specific sequence of events. And when things began moving, they moved through entirely different routes. People appeared she hadn't planned on, a conversation happened she hadn't imagined. The bridge of incidents was building itself, but in ways she couldn't have engineered. This frightened her at first. It didn't look like what she had pictured. But Neville had warned about exactly this. He wrote, "Observe the route that the bridge of incidents takes, and do not be startled by the means. The means are not yours to control. The end is the only thing you are responsible for. Occupy the end. Persist in it. And let the law construct the bridge in whatever way it chooses. This is why living in the end is not about scripting every step. It is about being fully, unwaveringly at home in the outcome, and then releasing all attachment to how it arrives. Your job is the room, the law handles the door. Marcus learned the same thing. The role he received came through a connection he hadn't cultivated, by a conversation he hadn't planned. He almost dismissed it as unrelated. But he was living in the end, and the end arrived through an unexpected bridge. Do not dig up the seed. Do not measure the distance between where you are and where you are assuming yourself to be. Simply return to the rooms every morning for 60 seconds. And let the law do what laws do before you step into your day, your practice. 3 steps, 60 seconds. Every morning. Step 1. Before you reach for your phone, before you begin the day, close your eyes and choose one room from the 5. Just one. Step 2. Step inside it. Not to picture it, to feel it. The specific bodily quality of being the person who lives there. 30 seconds of genuine feeling is worth more than 30 minutes of strained visualization. Step 3. Release it. Don't carry it into your day anxiously, checking for signs, measuring the distance. Plant it, feel it, and release it. The law received it. Trust that. That is the entire practice. It costs 60 seconds. It changes the state from which you move through every hour of your day. Now, one final passage to carry with you. Take a breath, let it settle, and say this with me. Slowly, from inside the rooms, I am not approaching my desire, I am already there. I am not working toward this life, I am living it. I am not the person who is waiting, I am the person who already has. The end is where I live. The law has received this, it is done. One more breath, feel the rooms, feel the knowing. Neville wrote, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and observe the route that the bridge of incidents takes. You have made your assumption, the bridge is forming. In ways you cannot yet see, cannot plan, cannot engineer, it is forming. Go into this day as someone who lives in the end, not performing it, not reminding yourself of it. Simply as the quiet background knowing of someone whose consciousness is already moved. It is finished, it is done, and so it is."